بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الدرس السادس, lesson 6. In this lesson, we're going to learn هذه. So in lesson 1, we learned هذا, and that was the masculine version of this is. In this lesson, we learn هذه. هذه is the feminine version of this is. If you can remember, before I said to you, the nouns that we had learnt before, they were masculine, kitabun, miftahun, babun, and the likes. And I kind of alluded to the sign of a noun being feminine. So if you want to see or recognize that a noun is feminine, in general, it ends in this letter here, ta marbuta. It's called ta marbuta, the tied ta, okay? In general, when we look at a noun, if it's not feminine in its like direct meaning, like for example the word bintun. Bintun means a girl. That's 100% feminine. It doesn't have ta marbuta, it has an open ta. Okay. However, if a noun has this ta marbuta now, this is a sign that is feminine. So if I gave you the noun for a car, for example, we said sayyaratun. Sayyaratun. Because of this ta at the end here, I can recognize that this is a feminine noun. So that is of the signs that allow us to know that a word is feminine. So now, in this lesson, lesson 6, we are going to start talking about the feminine noun and how we use هذه instead of هذا to address or direct someone to a noun that is feminine. So I'll just read through the dialogue here. It says هذه, this is هذا ابن حامد وهذه بنت ياسر. This is Hamid's son and this is Yasir's daughter. ابن حامد ابن حامد جالس. Hamid's son is sitting. وبنت ياسر واقفة. And the bint, the daughter of Yasir, Yasir's daughter, is standing. من هذه? Who is this? هذه أخت المهندس. هذه أخت المهندس. This is the sister of the muhandis, the engineer's sister. أهي أيضا مهندسة? Is she also an engineer? لا, هي طبيبة. No, she's a doctor. سيارة من هذه? Whose car is this? هذه سيارة المدير. This is the headmaster's car. ما هذه? What is this? هذه مكواة. This is an iron. Reading from here now, we have لمن هذه? Whose is this? هذه لخالد. This belongs to Khalid. الدراجة أنس هذه? Is this Anas's bike? لا, هذه دراجة عمار. No, this is Ammar's bike. هذه جديدة. This is a new one. ودراجة أنس قديمة. And Anas's bike is old. هذه ساعة علي. This is Ali's watch. هي جميلة جدا. It's very beautiful. هذه ملعقة وهذه قدر. This is a spoon and this is a pot. الملعقة في القدر. The spoon is in the pot. هذه بقرة الفلاح. This is the farmer's cow. هذا أنف. This is a nose. وهذا فم. So here in this lesson we also learn the usage of جدا. جدا, which means very. This comes after an adjective to add extra emphasis to whatever you're describing. So if I said, for example, هذا مسجد. This is a masjid. نعم. هو, it is كبير. It is كبير. It is big. جدا. It is very big. هذا مسجد. This is a masjid. هو كبير جدا. This is a masjid. It is very big. So جدا gives us the meaning of very. As we saw in هذه ساعة علي. This is Ali's watch. هي جميلة جدا. It is very beautiful. So جدا gives us the emphasis with the adjective to give us the meaning of very. We also learn in this lesson the usage of the word أيضا. أيضا in the Arabic language means also. Okay, so in this part here it says أهي أيضا مهندسة. Is she also an engineer? So أيضا is used to mean also. Okay, so we use it أهي أيضا مهندسة, or أهي أختك أيضا, is she also your sister? Like this. Any meaning we want to get the usage of also. Another thing to learn, we had nouns like this before. Tabibun. Yes, tabibun meaning a doctor. If I want to make this feminine, all I do is I add the ta marbuta at the end. Tabi, and the letter before it takes fatha. Tabibatun. So tabibun becomes tabibatun. Mudarrisun becomes mudarrisatun. Just add the ta marbuta at the end. So as I was saying, if we had the word mudarrisun and I want to make it feminine, it becomes mudarrisatun. Like this. So I just add the ta marbuta and then I have mudarrisatun, the feminine version of that noun. Okay. Now, also in this lesson, we learn liman. Liman means liman hadihi, for example. Whose is this? Who does this belong to? Li is our preposition, the li. Lillahi, like this. Li hamidin, li abbasin. It means who is when we want to say it belongs to someone. This is the lam al-mulk. So if I said, for example, liman hadha al-kitab, liman hadha al-kitabu. Who does this book belong to? يقول huwa. We say huwa li Muhammadin. It belongs to Muhammad. Okay, like this. Liman hadha al-kitab huwa li Muhammadin. It belongs to Muhammad. So this is another type of our huruf al-jar, our prepositions that make the noun that come after it take kasra. Okay. Also, within this lesson, we're going to learn something else. Sometimes a word is feminine and we only know by the way the Arabs used it. So, for example, here it says هذه أذن. This is an ear. وهذه عين. And this is an eye. Any body part that comes in pairs, ears, eyes, any body part, hand that comes in pairs. هذه يد. This is a hand. وهذه رجل. This is a foot or a leg. Any body part that comes in pairs is feminine. Okay? Is feminine. Also, we learn in this lesson al-qidru, which means a pot. The pot. This word is also feminine in the Arabic language. So something we just learn by usage. When we learn it, we learn that it's also feminine. So again, from here, we have iqra waqtub, read and write. So by now, you should understand what is required from you to do. Read these sentences and write them out correctly, paying attention to the uses of hadha and hadihi, now that we've started to cover the feminine noun. Then we have this exercise, ma hadha. It's not always going to be ma hadha. So you're going to ask ma hadha, then you're going to say hadihi or hadha. When we're asking, because we don't know, we're going to just say ma hadha in general until we find out that it's feminine in the response. So for example, the first one here, ma hadha, hadha qalamun. So you're going to write hadha qalamun. Ma hadha, hadihi mil'aqatun, hadihi mil'aqatun. Just like this. So that's the exercise for you to do. Use the pictures to help you remember the vocab. If you cannot remember, use the vocab book for lesson 6 and the previous lessons to remind yourself of the words that you may have forgotten, inshallah. But you have to answer these questions following that example. Ma hadha is the question. What is this? Hadha, this is. Or hadihi, this is, if the thing that you're going to talk about is feminine. Okay, so the last exercise that we have in lesson 6. And lesson 6 is the main focus we have right now is the feminine noun. So here we have, in this exercise, اقرأ المثال وكون جملا على غراره. It mentions read the example and then form sentences following its style, its same pattern. The first one, Muhammadun talibun. Muhammad is a student. Aminatu talibatun. Amina is a female student. So how do we get from talib to talibatun? We added the ta marbuta at the end, the ta marbuta, put fatha on the letter before it, and that is how we made the noun feminine. So you're going to follow the exact same pattern for the rest of the next 11 sentences. So it says Hamidun tabibun, for example. Hamidun tabibun. Fatimatu tabibatun. So that's how you make it feminine. And you're going to do the exact same for all of the exercises underneath. So as I mentioned, we have Hamidun, masculine. So tabibun is also masculine, okay? But now we've got Fatima. Fatimatu. Okay, Fatimatu. Now we need to make her a female doctor. It's going to be tabibatun. Tabibatun. So remember, fatha on the letter before, the tar marbuta, and then you have your feminine noun. Okay, so any questions as well, please message us in the Facebook group. Join in on the Facebook group and message your question there so we can answer and benefit. Everyone gets to benefit from your questions. Now we have number 4. صحح الجمل الآتية. Correct the following sentences. There's mistakes intentionally, so you need to correct them based on what you now know of the different genders and what needs to occur when we have those gender differences. So we have حقيبة من هذا. Something's not right there. What should it be? حقيبة من هذه. Why? Because هذا is referring back to the حقيبة. What gender is the حقيبة? It's feminine. How do we know it's feminine? Because of this letter here at the end, the ta marbuta. Okay, so you're going to follow that same analysis for the rest of the sentences and correct those that are wrong. Then we have exercise number 5 again. اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write whilst making clear the last vowel sound of each word. Okay, so هذا لمحمد, for example, you're going to write that out with the correct vowel sounds. Then you have الكلمات الجديدة, your new words. Again, refer back to the vocab bank so you can memorize these words, and to help you memorize them, practice putting them in your own simple sentences. Jazakumullahu khairan, and I'll see you guys next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.